Welcome back, everybody. You're watching the Handyman Business YouTube channel. The focus of discussion on this channel is being self-employed, making more money, being self-employed, and in today's video, keeping more money for yourself for all your blood and your sweat. Today's video is about taxes. I'm getting an early start this year, as last year was painful. It came right down to the wire. Having to file an extension or getting everything in and submitted and the check sent off on time. It was kind of chaotic. I'll talk a little bit more detail about why it was so chaotic in just a few minutes. One of the most important things I've learned being self-employed is you got to learn how to keep your money. You have to learn how to maximize your deductions. I've got another video that I will link in the description that goes into much more detail about all the deductions that you can come up with. I'm partnering with Epson. This is their Rapid Receipt Smart Organizer. It's a scanner. The example I'm using today is from an appliance distributor. They charged me $80.06 for an LED light bulb that goes inside of a General Electric refrigerator. Can you believe that? I was gonna make a video on it, but I just had to get the job done, get in, get out, get paid. I didn't have time to get my camera crew. I don't have a camera crew. I've got a tripod, but it was a very interesting job. All the lights in the refrigerator are linked in series. And if one goes bad, they all go bad. So you don't really know which one goes bad. You have to do it by trial and error. And I took a guess that it was the light that lights up the drawer, and I got lucky. Because the other lights that go all the way around the thing, they're $90 each. We still have to document that $80. I don't want to pay tax on that. So here's how we do it. I want to scan to my computer. I hit scan to computer. This is one-sided. Pop it in just like that. It beeped at me. Hit start. Comes right out. And I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it. You can name it. I'm going to name this complete rip off for LED bulb. You know, if you have a large job, you'll create a folder for it. And all those receipts go into that folder. Save it as a PDF. I'm just going to put it in my documents for right now, and then I'll organize it a little bit more later. Just hit save, and there you go. You've got a digitized receipt. This one here, I don't know if we talk about this one now or later, because I wasn't expecting to have to pay this. This comes out of my profits. This is vehicle maintenance. This is 5 pages of vehicle maintenance on my pickup truck. And that pickup truck earns me a lot of money, and you got to keep it maintained, and when you get an oil leak, you got to get it fixed. Maybe we'll talk more detail of truck talk in another video, but the total on this one is $11,535.17. That is not how I really wanted to start the year off. Pop this staple out. This is supposed to scan a lot of documents at the I got to get the thing all separated here. So I'm going to scan all this in here. I'm going to stack all 5 pages in. It is one-sided, and hit start. And there she goes. 1, 2, 3. Boy, this is rapid. 4 and 5. And it's already there. You got to keep them documented, because if you are ever rated by those 87,000 new IRS agents, they're going to want to see documentation. This is a good tool to keep large bundles of receipts all instantly digitized, put into a folder on your computer. Quite surprised how fast it did that. It's very common in the self-employment skilled trades for guys not to pay taxes. They kind of live paycheck to paycheck with cash. They may have some toys, they may have a sweet dune buggy, but they don't have any real wealth because they don't have money that they can account for. That was one of my lessons way back when I started this. You got to get your money to work for you. And you have to be able to explain to the IRS how you got the initial money to invest. If you're one of the guys that are still kind of doing cash jobs and you have a safe in your basement or in your closet, you know, it works for a while, but if you really want to climb out of that paycheck to paycheck and generate some wealth, pass it on to your kids, give them great health care, great education, live in a great neighborhood, you've got to get your money to work for you. That's one of the lessons that I've learned. Going back, I can't remember which year it was. I wasn't married, had no kids, just had sold my sailboat because I was living on a sailboat, living that bachelor life, and it was time to get serious. I think I was gonna get married and have a family. When you're reporting all your income and you're making 50, 60 grand a year, you're self-employed, you haven't quite learned yet that you should pay quarterly taxes, because maybe you don't have enough money to really pay quarterly taxes. You might not even know how at this stage. You're gonna go all year and you're gonna do your taxes, and then you're gonna get kicked in the teeth, and you're gonna find out that everything you saved you have to pay in taxes because you are just filing taxes under your Social Security number. Maybe you don't know some of the tax loopholes. Maybe you didn't maximize your deductions to lower your taxable income. A lot of guys get stuck on how much money they make, and they brag about how much money they make. The more money you make, the more taxes you have to pay. The object of the game is to reduce your taxable income as much as you can. Because we are a business, we can take advantage of some of corporate tax laws. Because we're only making a couple hundred grand a year, we really don't get to use them to their full capability. They're for the 100 millionaires, the 200 millionaires. A couple examples that you can write off. You still have to pay for them, but what you're doing is you're reducing your taxable income so that you have to pay less tax per year. Your vehicle, I write my camper off. I got a new to me camper a couple years ago. It is my mobile office, job site trailer. I've filmed several YouTube videos in it. That's a big plus. My truck has also been in several YouTube videos and has made lots of money. I also use that in my day-to-day activities, driving to customers' houses, getting materials, what a work truck's used for. You got to write off all your mileage or all your fuel. You have to pick. You got to do the math of how it's going to work out best in your favor. I don't know if I've said this already in this video, but I recommend that as soon as you can afford it, as soon as you can justify the expense, get a tax accountant. Especially when you get to the $100,000, the $200,000, you get into $300,000 a year, you need someone working for you to keep that, because you're going to find out that that $300,000 a year isn't quite $300,000 a year. It might only be $200,000 a year. And then you have all your expenses for just living. Mortgages. You know what my energy costs are? $505 a month is what my energy bill is for my house. So after all that, you may only have 150 grand left over. Why was last year so bad for me? It's because I made too much money. My estimated quarterly tax payments were not enough to cover what I made in 2021. You think you got it all figured out. You think you say, okay, I made X amount of dollars in 2020. So you think you're gonna make some more, Handy? Yeah, I think I'm gonna make a little bit more. 2021, I'm gonna try to make more money in 2021, but I made a lot more in 2021, like a lot of us did. And when it came down to do taxes, I thought, maybe I have to pay a couple $1,000s because I've been paying throughout the entire year. Well, I was stuck with another $40,000 tax bill on top of everything else I had already paid throughout the year. Wasn't expected. I don't hang on to cash. Everything that's left over at the end of the month, I either put in a money market account or I put into the stock market. Everything was fine, but there was a few tense months where I was just angry. It's very angry. You'll probably run into that as you're getting into your career and you start making more and more money and you figure out, well, I gotta be legit, because I got to invest this money. Doesn't matter. You can make 100 grand a year. If you're not investing that 100 grand a year, you're losing money. You're losing a lot of money, especially now with inflation. You have to get your money into something that will at least keep pace with inflation, if not outpace it. We're always looking for an investment that outpaces inflation. That's how you make money with your money while you're sleeping. You can't do that with $100 bills stuffed in a coffee can, down in the basement. So like I said, I'm going to link another video that I made on taxes down in the description that gets into more detail on tax deductions. You don't want to be the blue collar guy that works paycheck to paycheck until he's 80 and then he dies. That's not a fun way to go out. I got some new caulk gun sweatshirts. Link will be down in the description. Got lots of options now. Ready to go inside? It's pretty cozy out here, isn't it? I got the mini split cranking over there. They say that's efficient way to electrically heat a space. I'm wondering how that's going to work out long term. Would any of you switch from natural gas, gas-forced air, to having a mini split head in all your houses? I don't know how you could use a mini split to heat a house. Let's say a 2,500 square foot house. You've got 4 bedrooms, a living room, dining room, kitchen, maybe even have a basement with a couple rooms. How do you have mini splits? I mean, is that feasible to have, I don't know, 6, 7 mini split heads throughout the house? Just not sure how things are going to go with the crazy spike in natural gas prices to everybody wanting to move to electric. But it's something I'm interested in, trying to figure out where things are going. That's a topic for a different video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.